G'day guys, and welcome to World of Tanks with the Magnificent Margon. As you can hear, once again my lovely birdies have decided they want to whistle in the background, which is normal. It's the way it goes sometimes. So, here I am on Anfirld with Kaz in his IS. Now, we both looked at it and gone, alright, we've got to be the main game players in this, and we've got to be able to push this. Now we're not too concerned about the IS3 and the KV4. We know they can hold their own. We looked at the XVM, or Kaz did more than I did. I don't look at it too much. It's just there for the amusement for me, and it just gives me an idea of different things. Like with XVM, I look at the number of battles people have played. I don't look at their efficiency ratings and things like that, because really, like, I look at mine and it says 600. Yep, okay, cool. I get 600 as the average per battle. But see, I know I get a little bit more than that most of the time. So, now, this is the interesting bit. The IS6 on their team, as you can see, is purple, which means he's quite a dangerous player. Yet, he comes up here, full steam, guns blazing, straight into my firing range, and I couldn't figure out why. And I get 2 shots off into this guy, and he's nearly dead. And he's recommended as what XVM says as their best player. Now, why did he YOLO up there after the KV, the VK? Sorry, 30.1D. It logically it didn't make sense to me. Like, he should know if it is true. Now, if we look at XVM, it says he's done 10,000 battles, so he knows his maps. Now, maybe it was like what happens to Kaz and me. Sometimes you have those moment of lassities where you just go, yeah, let's go do this, I'm gonna get that guy, and you tunnel vision, and that could have been one of those instances. It's just one of those things that happens that you can't explain. Now, I'm trying very hard to help Kaz out as much as I can in these situations, but it's just a little hard. Now, I know there are TDs out here. As you can see, I've just got 6th on my tank. Since having that, it's been a godsend. It has kept me alive, and I've just today got the IS on. I got the 6th on my IS as well, which has been great, because that skill is something I recommend. If anything, train up one of the skills that you can train up that grow with the percentage build, then spend the gold, retrain, get 6th straight away, because just knowing when you pop out, okay, someone's seeing me, you're able to pop back in, and it gives you that early warning, and you know you're pretty well safe. Now, the AT7 is spotting me. As you can see, he's also hitting me. Now, I am really concerned now, because I've got to try and play this safe, but I've also got to keep these guys back from coming around and flanking Kaz. So I've got to take risks. I don't like taking them. I don't get much of a choice. Now, I haven't taken the shot. I'm more or less just saving the shot, keeping it as a warning to say, hey, you come around here, I will kill you. So took it a little higher, say, look, I'm here, and there you are. Now I've got an SU-100, he's over my right, up there on that hill, sniping down, so as long as I keep him spot, it keeps that cover up. So once again, that AT7 has absolutely smashed me this time, but VK36 has been taken down, which is another advantage. Now, the IS6 has played well. He's actually, since he's stopped that tunnel visualing moment, he has picked up. So Kaz and I both know he is a threat. Now, we know the AT7 is there. There's nothing we can do as long as we keep ourselves safe. So I'm coming up here now to play supportive role, because there's no one down the bottom. Now, I've been spotted, so wait my time. I know there is a scumbag, and I've always been concerned. This area here, I know at certain points in the map, as you can see, there was a scumbag just there. Now, they can take shots at this point. Kaz has just taken the IS6 down. Now, why he YOLO'd out is beyond me, and he actually sat there going, shit, I've just done a noob thing. Well, we have those moments. It's almost like the IS6. Now, I've I quickly made a decision. I've got to go mid. Mid is the safe path. It's away from the AT7, and it's the way that I can get round and, well, basically keep myself alive a bit longer. Now, there's the gun wielding panther. He's been spotted. I do try to kill him, but unfortunately other people get the kill. So I'm still racing up to this flag area. Now we've got a PZF's, or spoof, or whatever you want to pronounce it, TD version 5. Now they are a mean tank. The gun depression on those things are incredible. The Dicker Max, which is the German premium, which is pretty well the same as it, they both have that great gun depression, so they can get into those positions where you don't think they can shoot you, and they can shoot you. So they are a big threat. So I allow all the heavies that have got better health than me to do the spotting now. So that way then I can come out here and I can do the damage. It's just a matter of getting in a position. Now I know the TD is still over left, and now he's just popped out, so I can roll up, take my time about it, line the shot up, and plant one straight into him. And so did the KV 4 next to me, which is great. It is brilliant. So it comes down to now we just got to keep this guy back. Now Kaz is saying take it easy, and I'm like, alright, well if these heavies go out, I can wait. I can just sit here and wait. Now he pops up, take that smashing shot just to get him right down there. Then 19 hit points, and that's it. Now that's the game. Now it was a great game, nonetheless. As you see, 1,000 plus damage. Now on average I do get 1,000 plus damage, even though XVM says if we look at me I only do 624. So really I don't rely on XVM. As you can see, XVM said 44% chance of losing, so that 44% chance was in our favour. Most of it says 95% stay alive. How can you lose and stay alive? I don't know sometimes, but it's one of those things. XVM is not always correct, and I have seen this numerous times. We've had XVM say to me 33% loss or win, so it can change. Now whether it comes down to the platoon working well, the team working well, it doesn't matter. Some people may look at XVM and go, alrighty, we're going to win this no matter what, so if we're going to win it, I'm just going to YOLO in there like an idiot and do it. And sometimes that happens, and maybe on the other side, that's why the IS-6 thought, okay, these guys are a bunch of noobs, I'm just going to YOLO in there because they're not going to know what to do against me. And that was, I don't know what he was thinking, I really don't. But once he worked out that, okay, these guys are decent, we've chewed up one of their best players, so to speak, it became a different battle. He had to play a lot more defensive and a lot more skillful, and he did, and he held us back for a long time. It was a pity the rest of the guys that were there with him just melted away slowly. Now I've been in those situations myself many a times, and there's not much you can do about it. I can't explain it any other way. It's just one of those things. So all I can say is XVM's good. It gives you an indication of the player's stats. It gives you a rough indication how good they are. No matter how good you are, sometimes you still do stupid things. As I said, I do it. Kaz did it just before. He thought, okay, I'll go out here. Then he realised that wasn't the smart thing to do. There's an AT7 there. I'm on half health. He's going to chew me up, and a scumbag's going to destroy me. So it's one of those things. You just have a lapse in moment, and everyone has them. It's called being human. So, like, I do see it regularly, and a lot of people do say it, that you shouldn't rely on XVM all the time, and I have to agree. XVM is great. It does give you an indication. I've seen people commit suicide because XVM told them basically that they were going to die, more or less, that they were going to lose. So really, like, I hear all the other people that I watch, Quickie Baby, Jingles particularly, say XVM is good, But don't go and get yourself killed just because XVM says you're gonna die. Play tanks the way you're meant to play it. Play to win, not play to lose. I can't explain it any other way. Now, I use Anfirld's XVM and mod pack. It gives me the garage look that I have that you guys have seen in my my tank reviews and things like that. And it is good. And as I said, it's not something I live by. It's something that gives me a warning of what's on the field, but sometimes your team melts, sometimes your team doesn't melt. So it comes down to each player playing their role and doing the best they can in their tank. Now, we can't help Matchmaker. Matchmaker lets us down too much. It's one of those things where it destroys us as players, and sometimes you just look at it and go, why? Like this one here, you look at it and it says we've got on our side we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 heavies against 4 heavies. Like, come on, Matchmaker, like, really? But then you look at the other team and I have to get a bit closer, but they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 medium tanks, whereas we've got 3 medium tanks. But they've got a hell of a lot of TDs in that side, and I don't know how XVM really works. I know that XVM is set up to make the battles as fair as it can be, whether it relies on what it can fit in matching it up. It's got certain parameters that it's got to work to every time, and it doesn't get it. Sometimes I look at it and go, really, Matchmaker, why did you do this to me? What did I do to you? And Kaz and I have had a rough week last week where Matchmaker did that to us regularly, where we were sitting there going, why, Matchmaker? Why? What did we do wrong? Why are you matching us against tier 9s when we're in tier 7s? Like, hello? Give us something that we can fight against. Admittedly, the IS and the Tiger, both the tanks that I'm working on, are good. The IS gun, sorry, as a tier 7 gun, the top gun, as much as the reload rate is great on it, I can't say that it does anything at tier 7 that's spectacular. It's alpha damage is not quite there. So yeah, I can't explain it any other way. But other than that, I really hope that this shows to you guys that XVM isn't something you should live by all the time. It should be there as an indicator on what you're going against, how many battles people have played, how good they are. Like sometimes you see players and they have a rating, or however you want to look at it, of doing 3,000 plus damage per battle. Great, I'm glad you can do that. And some people are very skilled at this game, and they're a hell of a lot better than I am. But at the same time, they might have that terrible game where they do not get that 3,000 carry XP. Now, I've been in battles where I've done 3,000. The rest of my guys have done not even 1,000. I sit there going, right, I can't carry anymore. I can't do any more damage. You guys, and that's it. Comes down to the opportune moments, being in the right position. So always try to find out where your tank works best, how it works best. A lot of the time, depression on guns are the letdown, and you've got to be able to get into a position where that depression does not affect you, and you're able to use it to your advantage and use depression of other tanks against you to their weaknesses. So it is a tough balance to get it right. So you've got to know when to crest over and ram the enemy, and you've got to know when to sit back and let them come to you, so your gun points at them and they have to really get over the top so you can shoot their lower glacier, which everyone knows is the weak point. So yeah, I can't talk anymore really about it. It's really down to you guys as gamers to actually play the game properly, and play it to the best of your abilities. So I hope that this helps you out a little bit more on understanding XVM. So outside of that, guys, well, I'm going to leave it there today. A little short one with my Tiger. I didn't get my Tiger 2 over the weekend. I was a bit slack on Sunday, but I had a hell of a weekend, and I ended up having to go out and buying a lot of things that I needed for around the house and getting things fixed up that have been falling apart because I've been neglecting them, sort of doing these reviews and stuff like that to a certain extent. So please guys, if you like what I do, hit the like button. I've also got a Facebook page. Join me on Facebook. Put notes up, say hey, look, we like what you're doing, maybe try this, do something like that. Even in the comments down the bottom, leave them below. I do check every day to see if anyone's left a comment that I can respond to in my daily videos and stuff like that. So I am trying to get this going and this working for me. If you want to subscribe to me, I've had a few people started to subscribe. It then lets me know that you guys are interested in what I'm doing. Now, I haven't done a Diablo 3 since sort of Saturday. Now, I did pump out 3 short videos simultaneously in a row that got released slowly over time. Now, I probably will do more of that. Diablo 3 was just a pastime thing for me. I am going to try and get into doing War Thunder, but I really want to focus on World of Tanks at the moment. I want to get the tanks where I can jump in, have a few fun battles with Kaz, and then go do other things. There are a few things that I need to do. I am thinking I'm going to get a new computer soon. So it's getting to that stage where this one's actually quite old now, but it does run tanks very well. So outside of that guys, happy hunting, and I'll catch you on that battlefield.